Why do you object to men caring about a woman's body count?
So first of all, I don't object, because if a man wants to take care of that number, that's fine. If he takes, like, if for him is important, I probably have other parameters.
Sure.
And I also consider the body count. I just want to know what's behind of it, but I definitely consider the previous story of that person. So I don't object. So what's it's just that I don't like the number when you get stopped in front of the number and you actually don't investigate on what is the person, who that person actually is.
So just a point of clarification for you, do you think that, for example, if someone has a high body count, it perhaps would be deemed more acceptable if they had some sort of like past trauma?
Anything. I don't know how to imagine now the story of that person. But if there is anything that can justify the number, if the number is very high,
so if it's justified, wait. So just one point of clarification: if the high body count is justified by, for example, some sort of traumatic experience, then it's more acceptable than they're just promiscuous. There's no justification. They just like sleeping with a lot of people.
Do you think of it as something that even needs to be justified?
Wait a minute. I think it makes the difference if there is a trauma or if it was.
Well, I think it's worse if there's a trauma.
Why it's worse? Because it's a trauma?
Because there's evidence of trauma.
Well, the point is that the body count is one of the various parameters that I would use to judge a person. So there are other parameters that has to come together. If I like that person and if I feel there is a strong mental connection and I feel psychological good with that person, I need to investigate why that body count is a lot. Because that person is valuable for me, and I need to know if there is a crazy past or if it's something that can be explained. I just need to know more. But if I don't like the person already or is already not very much interested to me, I would not spend the time.
What number is a crazy past for you, for a guy?
That's a good question. Well, for me, I don't need to have a really low body count, but something around 20, it's a
crazy.
Little bit.
Anything
not
above
crazy.
crazy?
It's like
just like crazy past.
It's the limit. Well, crazy it's 100, 50, over 50.
Over 50.
From 50 on.
Okay. Cool.
Because if I imagine all the women all those women put together, it's a lot of women, right?
Of course, for sure.
So yeah, more or less between 50 and on. But that doesn't mean that if I found a person that is important for me and is 65, it's the same thing. I could make an exception.
Cool.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, one thing. I mean, what I would respond to you with that, though, is I think generally speaking, women tend to care far less about male promiscuity than do men care about women's promiscuity.
I'm actually worried about male promiscuity because, again, the studies show that a man needs to have a more variety of partners during all his life. So for a man, it's actually kind of a more difficult, always talking generally, to have monogamy, so to stay sticking to monogamy. So even if he loves his wife, and even after 20 years of marriage, he still loves his wife, there is a moment in a man's life in which he would like to have another partner, a sexual partner, maybe not a sentimental partner, but a sexual partner. So that is a pattern that happens pretty often. And so I am worried about men's promiscuity. But again, I think that can happen. That my a hypothetical husband can cheat on me, both if he has 2 as a body count and if he has 25 as a body count, because it's like a biological instinct that just, I guess many women, many men can actually stop, but not all of them. I don't know. I just feel that I would be cheated on to a certain point.
If he has a high body
If he has a high body count?
No, in any case. Yeah.
Oh, you just think like every guy is just like a ticking time bomb to cheating?
I think like a specific moment, you mean?
No, you just think because you're saying, I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. So you're saying that you think no matter the guy, it's inevitable that he's going to eventually cheat on you.
I would not say inevitable, but highly probable, highly likely.
So more than 50% to the point that you're kind of...
I would say that it's kind of more of 50%, yeah.
Yeah.
More than 50% that a guy's going to cheat on you.
Well, I cannot give you an actual percentage, but it's at least 50%.
At least.
Do you think that could just be like based upon the history of guys you've chosen, or you think all guys?
No, it's actually a study. I do not want to believe that, but it's a study that men...
That 50% of men cheat?
No, 50%. I don't know any specific percentage, but again, it's David Buss that says that, I think is David Buss. I can check the source. But the point is that males in general tendentially needs a more variety of sexual partners. They get stuck to one partner sentimentally. In fact, they don't want to divorce. They don't want to leave their wife to go with a lover. But in many cases, they look for a lover. Not right away, I would say, but after 20 years, 25 years, 30 years of marriage, they want to have sex with somebody else. Is it wrong, Jonathan? I don't know.
I mean, I don't think the majority of guys, I think if they had the opportunity, yeah. Because guys, like, women need a reason to have sex. Guys need a time and place, right? So, like, I think it's just a little bit different for guys just from the get-go. But, I mean, I don't know if I can say that every guy is just like this inevitable ticking time bomb to cheating.
I hope I'm wrong, actually, in that
I think pessimism. Because I think what already, like, 1/3 of guys... all men under the age of 30, like 1/3 of them are having zero sexual experience.
That's because they cannot, because they are ignored by women. It's not their choice, right?
Right. But I just don't think like the majority of guys, just taking that out alone, because a lot of those guys would just like to have one woman and be nice to her. A lot of guys are just simple. They have like lower standards. You know what I mean? So I think like the majority of guys, I don't know if I would think the majority of guys would like look forward to cheating on their wife.
I know that. I mean, it's not that I know. Again, it's a series of studies that testify that men tends to cheat a little bit more than women. Women cheat, definitely, and for slightly different reasons. Like the woman gets unsatisfied after many years because there is not the passion anymore, and she feels that she's not appreciated by the partner as she was before. So when she cheats with another person that has a kind of another relation, another sentimental relation. The man apparently doesn't need that necessarily, but just a sexual exchange. But the point is that the need of a sexual exchange pop-ups more often than the need of a woman to have a new partner. So tendentially, men cheat more often. But again, that's that's a study, fine. But it shows a model, a pattern that is not the reality at 100%. It shows even if it's 70% of the reality, there is a 30% that is an exception. And in statistics, 30% is a lot. It's just an example. So I'm not saying that happens every time.
Stop it.
Okay.
Get some help.
Well, I just finished. You clicked right on time.
Okay, so you think I kind of left there for a sec. But you think most men are gonna cheat? There's a 50% chance you're gonna get cheated on, is what you're saying?
No, I didn't. I mean,
okay,
as far as I know,
missed what you said.
As far as I know,
you don't need to explain it again, but.
Yeah, no. So the
you're saying
idea is
you were saying that the reason you don't. Hold on, just 1 second.
Yeah.
You're saying that the reason you don't get into relationships is because you think that the guys can eventually cheat.
I'm in a relationship.
So then, what was the cheating point you mentioned earlier?
She's just scared because she expects that along the road.
Oh, even with this guy now, you think this guy's going to cheat on you?
Wait a minute. The discussion came from the body count and the idea of promiscuity, and he said the men. Takes care about promiscuity a lot, the promiscuity of women,
right,
because they don't want to be cheated on, etc. And I said that's actually a problem that I myself as a woman have, because I know that probably even my partner will want to look for another woman to a certain point.
I believe that goes both ways, though. Like as a woman,
yes,
as a man in a relationship, you're always going to be afraid that your woman's going to cheat on you as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. And definitely there are many women that cheat.
I don't think that should be seen as normal to be afraid of getting cheated on all the time. That means you're in a low trust relationship.
Cheating is very common, so
it's common, but I don't think that should be the rule. Is like everyone should just accept this as normal. You're afraid of getting cheated on.
Have you ever cheated on anybody?
No.
Okay.